Thank you, Jim. So, you all heard about prednisone and its. See, this is what happens if you follow tall people. So, you all heard about the drastic side effects of prednisone. So, what Rivergen is trying to do is to develop a drug that has the beneficial but not the side effects or reduced side effects. So I'll try and show you the rationale and where we are today. Those are some of the disclosures. So in late 1940s, these three gentlemen actually isolated a small chemical from the adrenal gland. This is the gland on the top of the kidney that actually produces the stress hormone cortisol. So, and they were able to synthesize this chemically and gave it to a patient. This guy, Philip Hench, at the Mayo Clinic, treated a patient with rheumatoid arthritis, and this patient had the disease for a very long time. After 4 injections, she was able to walk, and some stories people tell she went to a mall and spend the entire day for the first time. So such is the effect of this drug. It is a miracle that works. So normally people are given Nobel Prize after 30, 40 years of the original discovery because they want to see how this particular discovery really made a difference in the lives of people. But the effect of glucocorticoids are so profound. These gentlemen got the Nobel Prize after 2 years after their discovery. So that simply tells this drug is truly a miracle. But they quickly realize it works, but it has terrible side effects. So I don't have to explain the side effects. Some of you actually heard, some of you actually felt this. There are a whole lot of them. So I'm not going to go, but the next picture tells you, essentially, if you use glucocorticoids for a long time, it doesn't spare any organ in the body. Essentially, it affects almost everything. So it has terrible side effects. Now, people tried for a very long time to develop safer steroids and failed for a variety of reasons. What do we do now? We actually increase the dose or decrease the dose. We play with it, or maybe give weekly or daily. So that's what we are doing currently. So for us to understand how prednisone works, we need to understand the cell. So imagine this is one of our cells. Every cell has a DNA in the nucleus, and it has cell membrane and cytoplasm. So, and prednisone is nothing but a powerful stress hormone. So the normal stress hormone, cortisol. So what prednisone does is it diffuses through the plasma membrane, enters into the cytoplasm, and binds to its receptor, that red thing there, and then goes into the nucleus and dimerizes. You can see 2 red things coming together and mediates almost all the metabolic side effects that we have, or 95% of them, are due to this particular molecular action, that is prednisone binding and dimerizing and mediating side effects. But we also know prednisone works. The way it works is it actually binds to only one red thing, not the 2 red things. All the good things are due to binding to one red receptor. So, and it also has membrane stabilizing effects. So the idea is simply, okay, now we know this. We want a drug to bind only to one red thing, not the 2 red things. Can we do that? So then you can virtually eliminate all the bad things and just keep the good things. So this is the gentleman, John McCall, who designed these drugs, a medicinal chemist. As you can see, even for a lay eye, prednisone and this particular drug VBP-15, they look pretty similar. except between 9 and 11 position, a tiny change that he did. Now, this drug binds to only one red thing, and somehow it doesn't bind to two red things. So we started Rivervision Biopharma in 2008. The focus has always been to develop this drug for rare disease. And at the time, my co-founder, Dr. Eric Hoffman, who has been working on Duchenne's muscular dystrophy for a very long time, he wanted to, because the kids with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, prednisone is the standard of care. So he wanted to do clinical trial. So the main purpose of the Rivervision program is to remove, peel out the bad things, suppress them, and just keep the good things. So now, just last year, we have completed a trial in phase 2B that is called actually phase 2A trial, where the children were on different doses of Vamorolone, and then some of them continued for the 6 months. And I will summarize the data essentially in the interest of time. So it clearly shows with increasing doses, these children are better. Some of the tests that were done is their ability to raise up from the floor, and they do in a quicker manner than the untreated or children who are treated with lower doses. And also we learned from this trial, we have the minimal or side effects are significantly lower than what we see with the traditional. So some of you may have questions. Okay, this is fine. This is now being done with DMD kids. So when are we going to start for JDM? So like many things, Dr. Packman, a pioneer, actually started a program now, and she was funded by NIH. It's an active collaboration between CureJM, Dr. Packman's group, and Rivervision. So we are in the early stages of planning these trials. So hopefully in the coming years, so we will have some data. But this is the first step in a long journey, and I think we are very close to finding this drug and for multiple uses, because prednisone is used for almost variety of things. So I will stop it here. I wanted to keep it simple instead of showing too much data.